In a historic ruling that could have profound ramifications for the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, the United Nations highest court has declared that Israel's military onslaught in the Gaza Strip puts Palestinians at risk of genocide. The International Court of Justice in The Hague has ordered Israel to immediately cease its offensive in the densely populated city of Rafah and open border crossings to allow humanitarian aid to reach the besieged coastal enclave. The shocking decision came in response to an urgent case brought by South Africa accusing Israel of using unconscionable tactics like forced evacuations of civilians in Rafah that amount to genocidal acts against the Palestinians of Gaza. By an overwhelming 13-2 vote, the ICJ demanded Israel halt its bombardment and any other actions in Rafah that may inflict conditions of life that could destroy the Palestinian people in whole or in part, which is the very definition of genocide under international law. Scenes of chaos and civilian suffering in Rafah have horrified the world in recent weeks, as over 800,000 Palestinians fled a relentless Israeli bombing campaign that has killed over 35,000 people so far, according to Gaza's health ministry. Graphic footage showed cowering families, including children, running for their lives as Israeli missiles rained down on the city's residential neighborhoods. The ICJ president described the unfolding humanitarian catastrophe in Rafah as disastrous, citing widespread destruction, mass displacement, severe deprivation of food, water, and medicine, and the total cutoff of the city from outside aid. UN officials have warned Gaza is now facing famine conditions. In a move that could potentially lead to further pariah status for Israel, the court also ordered Netanyahu's government to allow UN investigators to probe for evidence of war crimes and genocide being committed by Israeli forces in Gaza. The landmark ruling represents a blistering rebuke from the international community and puts enormous pressure on Israel over its prosecution of the 7-month Gaza war, which began after Hamas militants killed over 1,200 Israelis and abducted hundreds more in a cross-border raid last October. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu swiftly convened an emergency session of his security cabinet after the ruling, but hardline ministers like Itamar Ben-Gvir denounced the anti-Semitic court's orders as irrelevant, vowing to defy them. Over 200 European Union staff have demanded the bloc impose an arms embargo on Israel, warning the Palestinian crisis threatens to normalize the erosion of the international rules-based order. With the government in Israel facing intense domestic pressure to ignore the ruling and push for complete military victory over Hamas to secure the release of over 120 hostages believed still held in Gaza, the stage is set for shattered Western-Israeli relations. Just days ago, the International Criminal Court separately moved to arrest Netanyahu himself, along with his defense minister and Hamas leaders, on charges of war crimes over the Gaza offensive. The ICC's chief prosecutor accused them of clearly violating laws of armed conflict and exhibiting an absolute disdain for civilian life. Israel has rejected accusations of genocidal intent, saying it is merely acting in self-defense against Hamas terrorists who sparked the war with their October assault. But with the UN's own judicial arm now leveling the genocide charge and demanding an immediate cessation of the Gaza operation, the stakes have been raised quite a bit. Netanyahu must balance risking pariah status and potentially crippling international isolation and sanctions, or double down on his seemingly endless Gaza campaign, potentially cementing charges of genocide and crimes against humanity in an unprecedented legal and diplomatic reckoning. I'm Amy Johnson. If you would like to continue to receive our news coverage, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Farewell for now.